Okay, so last week you should have been drawing and practicing some of the Native American patterns that I posted on Schoology for you to look at, and hopefully you selected about 4 to 6 different animals or Native American symbols that you would like to use for your totem pole design. Hopefully you were able to find a paper towel tube, but if you couldn't find one, that's okay. Since totem poles are made out of wood, if you have any brown paper, you can just take that brown paper and roll it up into a tube and get some tape and tape it in place, and that will become your totem pole. So if you don't have a paper towel tube, it's not the end of the world. You can still do this project just by creating your own tube with paper. All right, and the other thing is, even if you don't have brown paper, you could use white paper, or you could even use lined paper. I know a lot of you at home use lined paper just because that's what you have, and that's fine. Just roll it up into a tube, tape it in place, and then you'll still be able to make a totem pole with whatever paper you have at your house. Now I'm just going to be doing this tutorial with the paper towel tube, since that's what the kids at school, the hybrid students, are going to be doing. So again, you should have enough room on here to do about 4 animals or symbols, but if you happen to be drawing them really teeny tiny, you probably wind up with more like 6. It just depends on your style and how big or how small you draw them. So what I would do is I would select a bird for the top, since most totem poles have wings that come out the side, and I'll show you next week how to attach the wings. So if you're starting with a bird, and if you're starting with this bird that was the example on Schoology, you don't have to draw the wings today. All you're going to do is start at the very top with a bird's head, and you're going to draw that on to the paper towel tube, and then draw his body, and then draw his tail. Then you can use the examples here to add patterns. So you can add the other patterns that's already on here, or you can create your own patterns. But this is everything that I want you to be doing this week with a pencil. In case you mess up, you can erase it. You can draw a beak on here if you want to, or next week I will be showing you how to attach a beak with paper to make it stick out from the totem pole, kind of more three-dimensionally. So if you don't want to draw the beak today, you don't have to, and you definitely should not be drawing the wings. We'll save these for next week. So already I have one of my animals on here, and my bird wound up being kind of big. So when I'm drawing the rest of my animals, if I want to try to fit 4 on here, I'm gonna have to kind of squish them. So go through the different Native American symbols and figure out which ones you want to draw from the ones that I posted on Schoology. And let's say the next one I want to do is the snake. So you just start the next animal right underneath of where you stopped your last animal. The whole idea of the totem pole is to have the animals kind of all stacked on top of each other. So here is my snake, and then you want to add your patterns on there. And you're adding all the patterns with a pencil, and next week we will color it.